What is up, wrestling fans? KayFabe Chronicles with your host, JP. Well, the unthinkable has happened. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I have ventured outside of my comfort zone. I have left the realm of WWE and NXT, and I decided to watch Impact Slammiversary 15. That's right. Your good old guy that normally only watches pretty much WWE, NXT, New Japan when Omega's fighting, decided to check out something different, something a little bit outside of the box. Good friend Roman K, you might know him as my co-writer for a lot of the longer term things like the comic book review, the WrestleMania Through History review. He's a huge Impact fan, always has been, so he gave me a call. He's like, hey dude, come on over, watch Slammiversary, you'll enjoy it. And I was like, you know what, I am not doing anything, so went over there and checked it out. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. Granted, spoiler alert, be forever warned, be pre-warned, that I know nothing about Impact. I don't know who the wrestlers are. I don't know any of the storylines, any of the angles heading into that. So be warned that I will probably have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm doing this review. So yeah, here's me attempting to review Slammiversary 15. Due to some technical difficulties for the first little bit, we actually missed about 98% of the opening contest, the Fatal 4 tag team match under lucha-style rules to unify the tag team titles. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the entire match yet, so I won't be able to tell you what I think about it. But the last minute that I saw was pretty dope. I'll give it that much. It was pretty neat. I really liked the ender. I liked the blockbuster powerbomb. But yeah, it was neat to see Conan. I was unaware that he was kind of doing that. He came out at the end and gave his spiel that somebody else is joining LAX after this, and of course here's me the whole time like, who's LAX, to my friend, and that pretty much was most of the night, constantly asking him questions. So yeah, that was a good match, I guess. Up next we have the celebrity match. That's right, celebrity match. We got Moose teaming up. Former NFL star D'Angelo Williams taking on Eli Drake and Chris Adonis, formerly known as Chris Masters in the WWE Universe. I have seen a little bit of Moose's work. Like I said, my buddy, he's a huge Moose fan, so I have watched a lot of Moose stuff. The dude moves good for a big guy. I'll give him that. Overall, like this match, I was expecting what most people think of when a celebrity fights is tons of botches and slow paced. But to be honest, I think for a guy that's never really wrestled before, he actually did pretty decent. There was only a couple things that were a little iffy, like the end I'll get to. But yeah, he moved really well. He had semi-decent ring presence. Yeah, like overall, since I don't really know what's going on. One second. Nope, don't know yet. Where was I? Oh yeah, D'Angelo. Yeah. So the match pretty much ended where they set up the table. They threw Chris Adonis on there, and D'Angelo did a frog splash. He overshot the table probably by a good half upper portion of his body, and he ended up landing like his knees onto Adonis. So of course the table didn't break. And, they just kind of fell off the table, so he pinned him, got the 3 count, because, that was the set determined match. Didn't get our table spot. And then, they're celebrating. And then they run out of the ring, pretty much grabbed Eli Drake from back in the ring and put him through the table. So, all in all, we got our table spot. Still have no clue what's going on, though. Still no clue whatsoever. But it was a fairly decent match. Coming up next, we have James Storm Cowboy taking on EC3. 2 former WWE guys, technically speaking. Storm, of course, wrestled, I think, a grand total of like a week and a half on NXT. Had like one match. He's like, screw this, I'm going back to TNA. And, of course, EC3 was in one of the earlier seasons of NXT where he was mentored by Daniel Bryan. They really dropped the ball with him, but you know what? Their loss is TNA's gain, because EC3, from what I've seen of him, he's great. Looks awesome, great mic work, awesome character work. He's the real deal. He's everything that you would expect. So from what I gathered, this was a strap match. So, you know, standard rules, you know, they are each attached it by side to each other, and they just strap is legal, so you can use it. The match was good, you know, they whipped each other a few times. Like I said, I don't really know the precursor going to this match, so I don't really understand why the strap was brought in. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section below. There was a point where EC3 found a pair of handcuffs and a key, and then he tries to handcuff Storm, but Storm kind of like dodges out of the way and ends up handcuffing EC3, and then he starts whipping the shit out of Ethan Carter III. One thing I don't understand is that like EC3 is like, I can't escape, but yet the key is right around his neck. Like, you can unlock yourself there, dude. Overall, it was a decent match. There was a lot of good high spots. My buddy was telling me that this, like, the storytelling was really good. Said if I knew a little bit more about their One second. I don't know you. Sorry about that. Yeah, if I knew a little bit more about the storyline, that I would probably enjoy it more. But overall, match keeps going on. EC3 hit his finisher. Storm kicks out. Storm hits his. EC3 kicks out. Then there's a spot where he pretty much like just gets thrown out of the ring. He undoes the strap. So like the referee's like, you know, put the strap back on. So while this is going on, EC3 actually grabs the strap that's still attached to Storm and pulls him into the ring post and pretty much knocks him cold. So that keeps going on. They fight a little bit more, and then eventually Storm just passes out from, of course, being probably somewhat concussed. He hits him with this cool, like, pile driver sort of a modified thing there. And he gets the 3 count, which I was really shocked about, because normally a strap match isn't a pinfall match. It's you have to touch all 4 corners in succession without interruption to win. So I didn't see that, but overall, I enjoyed the match. It was cool. I always like gimmicky matches like that, but yeah. Still no clue what's going on. No idea who these people are. Coming up next, we got kind of a weird style match. Like I said, I don't really know who this storyline going on, but apparently Jeremy Borash and Josh Matthews, like the announced team, have been kind of feuding with each other for the past little while. So like Josh Matthews gets Scott Steiner to team up with him, and Borash gets Joseph Carter Esquire, the alter ego of Abyss. I knew that much. The thing is, like, you know, I've always liked Abyss. Like, Abyss has been there since day one. He moves so great for a big guy, and like he has this really good character work because he's able to play like Abyss and also play like this other alter ego like his brother, but in reality it's the same guy. But the entire time I saw him doing like his interview, all I'm thinking is like, this is Penn Jillette. This is like a rip-off of Penn Jillette, and I'm loving it. But yeah, no, very familiar with Abyss. Match itself, like, you know, Scott Steiner comes out, looks very bad from what he used to do. Like, the days of big Papa roided pump is gone. Like, you see, he's lost tons of weight, so he's wearing like a wife beater undershirt style thing to cover up his. But yeah, you know, like, they fight for a little bit. They then go backstage, and it cuts to a pre-taped segment a la, you know, Final Deletion, a la Broken Hardys, or they're driving around in a golf cart chasing each other. Some comedic stuff happens. This is a spot where they get sprayed by a fire extinguisher, and he's like, what is that? It's tapioca. Then they make it to a pool, and there's some really cool pool spots where, like, you know, they flip into the pool, and oh, someone's coming up behind him. Frickin' Shark Boy. Oh, see, that I do remember back in the old school teenage. It was Shark Boy. I was always a fan of Shark Boy because he's little and his character was hilarious. He comes in and he bites him. Yeah, Joseph Park Esquire gets thrown through. Well, see, like I said, I'm still learning about who these people are. God damn it! Stop calling me! Park gets thrown through the wall. He's knocked out. And then all of a sudden you just see like this pair of boots walk up, and camera pans up, and holy crap, it's the Sin Min, baby. Sinister Minister Mitchell, baby. Oh, James Mitchell, so good to see him again. Last time I saw him was in Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regrets videos. And he pretty much like goes up to him and holds up the Abyss mask, like, you know who you really are. They make it back to the ring. Scott Steiner and Josh Matthews are just beating the crap out of Borash, and all of a sudden, Abyss's music hits. Abyss comes down, audience loses their shit. He beats everybody up. He freaking introduces thumbtacks into the match. Black Hole slams Josh Matthews through the thumbtacks. They win. Yay! Borash leaps onto Matthews, lands into the thumbtacks. Now he's got thumbtacks sticking in his body. Overall, was it a great match? No, but they did what they had to do. Like, it was cool to see Shark Boy again. It was cool that they brought back Abyss again. Pretty much the entire point of this match was more like a trip down memory lane style. But overall, it's fun. I like the pre-tape segment style matches. I think those are always kind of interesting. Coming up next, we have the Full Metal Mayhem. We got Davey and his wife, Angelina, I believe was her name. And taking on Eddie Edwards and Alicia. From what I gathered from my friend, he told me that they used to be a tag team. They separated. Now they're feuding. They brought their wives into it. Whole style match is a giant hardcore match. Overall, I really wasn't feeling for this match. I think it was just a blatant excuse to get, like chairs and weapons in there. A couple spots I did like. I like when they put the steel chairs on them. The garbage can steel chairs, derp. And then they started beating them with kendo sticks. That was kind of cool. Eddie got like thumbtacks poured down his mouth, and then got just freaking just kicked in the face. That's a dangerous spot to do. Like, yes, he spits the thumbtacks out, but like pouring tacks down, that's a real dangerous spot. I don't know if they were legitimately sharp tacks, but still, like, I was looking at like, overall, it was exactly as you expect. A lot of hardcore stuff going on, just chair shots. Like I said, I really wasn't paying attention to this match because I really wasn't feeling it. I grade it pretty low. I wish, like I said, I could see more of their previous stuff so I could be more invested in it. Like I said, I'm trying my best here to do what I can. Like I said, I've watched TNA like a grand total of 2 times in the past 2 years, so... It's not even TNA, it's Impact, apparently, and then Global Force. And I'm really struggling right now, and I know that you guys can tell. But I love you, and I deserve a participation pin. Coming up next, we have the 2 out of 3 falls for the X Division title between champion Sanjay Dutt defending against Agent 47 Loki. Yeah, that's right, I said it. I've always liked... like X Division, because this is essentially their form of cruiserweights, and y'all know me, my cruiserweights. But yeah, the match itself, the storyline, I liked the video package they had going into it. It made me understand a little bit more, how they fought. Loki injured Sanjay's eye for real, and then they used that storyline, and then Sanjay, of course, ends up defeating Loki in his home country of India, winning the title. Overall, it was a good storyline. Match. I like to give props to Loki for wearing that suit while he wrestles. Like when I saw him in the video package, I even said, what is he trying to be like Hitman from the video games? And then his music hits and there's like a barcode. I was like, okay, so exactly he's trying to be Hitman from the video games. But overall, I'm just gonna flat out just cut the bullshit. This match was amazeballs. Match of the night, hands down. They delivered it every second. They were countering each other's moves. Loki hits a Warrior's Way, gets the first fall. They continue to fight some more. There's some really good spots. Thing I like is that he tried to hit the Warrior's Way, he missed, and apparently he hurt his ankle. So he's lying there playing, pausing. Oh, my ankle. So Sanjay Dutt comes in to try to capitalize. Oh no. Hits him because he was faking it. But then, of course, later on, he tries the move again, misses, and actually legitimately hurts his ankle. But no, we're not feeling bad for you now, Loki. Of course, and he tries, he's kind of hooked on top of him, tries to do it, catches him, and then flips him into a pin. Sanjay gets the second fall. So now we're tied 1 fall apiece. They continue to beat the living crap out of each other some more. And yeah, Sanjay ended up getting the win at the end. Like I said, I don't really have words to explain. It was just really high action-packed, bodies flying everywhere. It was definitely the best match tonight. I said I can't really describe it too much because, like I said, I really don't know what was going on at all. But beautiful, beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do some more with that feud. Coming up next, we have the Women's Championship. That's right. We got unification match. So we got the Impact Champion, the Knockouts Champion, Rosemary, facing the Global Force Women's Champion, Sienna. Really, I don't know tons about them. All I know is I got some random phone call a while ago from Enus and Wenis. They were muttering some stuff. Apparently, this is a match I was supposed to watch. If you guys haven't seen the video, I'll put a link in the description below. All I did was like one of their videos, and they just won't stop following me. Overall, though, I really like the character of Rosemary. I like the whole demonic evilness. She plays the character very well. The match itself was pretty decent. Like, you know, they at the very beginning, Lauren Van Ness, the Psychotic Bride, comes out with Sienna's cousin KM. They kind of distract a little bit. Sienna tells them to get the hell out of the ring. And that was it. They didn't appear for the rest of the match, so that was kind of weird. I think it was just mostly to be like, hey, look at them! Did you forget about them? Overall, the match was really good. A lot of great moves with each other. Comes down to an end. Rosemary tries to spit the mist, as she usually does, like a la Tajiri Kwang, into Sienna, but Sienna manages to cover Rosemary's mouth. So the mist drips all over Sienna's hand. Sienna rubs the mist into Rosemary's eyes, blinding her. Then she rolls her up into a chokehold, and Rosemary taps, and Sienna wins. So Sienna is the... Sienna is the new Knockouts Global Force champion. Overall, decent match. It was one match that I was looking forward to after hearing like all the positives about both these women wrestlers. Like I said, I'm a big fan of women's wrestling. So yeah, this one I actually did kind of pay attention to because I was looking forward to this one. So yeah, good match, ladies. Woo! Closing off the night, we have Alberto El Patron taking on Bobby Lashley in the final unification title match. You know, it was okay. I don't know. Like, you know, I've seen Bobby Lashley fight before in the past. I've seen Alberto fight. I don't know, just it wasn't clicking for me personally. Like, you know, it was good. You know, I like what they were doing, but just for some weird reason, it just I don't know. It just, you know, it wasn't really. I wasn't really excited about the match. It was just two lumbering guys, just kind of like, you know, hit. Next guy hits. Next guy hits. Like overall, it was good, but you know, I was expecting a lot more. I guess. You know, the match. You know, I don't even really know what was going on. Like, I really wasn't invested emotionally into it, so I really didn't watch it that much. So, like, Alberto won at the end. He's standing there, like, holding the two belts, and, like, you know, a bunch of other guys come in the ring, and they're celebrating. And then it just ended. Like, you know, there wasn't really a big payoff at the end. You know, like, you know, what a lot of us thought that, you know, like, since Conan came out earlier, like, you know, we're going to get a new member tonight. You know, maybe it was Alberto. Maybe it was, you know, because his dad has the mask on. Maybe it was, you know, the other guy with the mask would be, like, new member. They beat up Alberto. I don't know. I was just expecting something after the match. You know, I was expecting people to, you know, just something more than just, you know, I won. 2 belts. And then fade to black. I don't know. Overall, it was decent. It wasn't the way to close off the show, but then again, you know, there's times where, you know, just winning the match ends the show good, but I think since it was, like, you know, the 15th anniversary of, like, one of their main shows, that, you know, they should have put something in there at the end. I don't know. I don't watch TNA enough. Maybe I'm talking out my ass. I don't know. But yeah, overall, like the pay-per-view itself, you know, it's not what I'm used to. Don't normally watch it, as I've made that painfully on. Not answering. Not answering. As I've made that painfully obvious. But yeah, overall, I think it was a good show. It was some really good stuff in there. I'm probably going to try to watch Impact a lot more so I get a better grasp of what's going on. So my next reviews won't sound like a stumbling idiot walking through a park. Just insert some drunken joke in there. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. There was a lot of good potential there. I'm looking forward to checking out what else they got. So yeah. Woo! Slammiversary! And there you guys have it. Please fill me in about some stuff. Just let me know in the comment section, like, your guys' views of the pay-per-view. Tell me more about the people. Let me know about the storylines. Fill me in. I want to know. I enjoyed it. Maybe I'll enjoy it more if you guys let me know. But yeah, as always, crush that like button. Please subscribe for more great videos. Possibly more TNA videos. We'll see. And as always, check out our Twitter accounts. I will post both of them down below. And also check out the Facebook page, which I'm also posting in the link below. So many links! As usual, this is JP from KayFabe Chronicles, and I'll see you guys next time.